If I were to fight Jake Paul, I would take it completely seriously like a real fight, and I'd whoop his ass, I'd beat him.
I don't think he ever gets into the ring and risks his alpha male appearance.
Jake Paul versus Andrew Tate. It's finally happening, and the internet is buzzing with excitement. For months, it seemed like Jake was avoiding Tate like he was allergic to unpredictable punches. But now, a massive paycheck has pushed him to step into the ring. Surprising, right? It looks like the next big obsession for the online world is officially here.
So we've seen them square off for the first time. The internet blew up. Everyone was talking about this fight. But why? So we've got Andrew Tate, who's the most spoke about man in the world right now. He is absolutely everywhere. Then we've got this guy, Jake Paul, who is making massive moves in the boxing scene. And he is one of the most famous people in the world right now as well.
Meanwhile, Tate's been building this up as real boxing, and fans are expecting Jake to finally face a true fighter. Will this be Jake's redemption arc, or the harsh reality check he never saw coming? Stay tuned, because this is going to be a wild one.
That's where Andrew Tate steps in with that long lead hook, and it's a good shot. There it's again, that long lead hook. He hurts the guy. Oh, blasts him to the body.
Andrew Tate, the self-proclaimed king of masculinity, has officially thrown down the gauntlet to Jake Paul, the YouTube star turned boxing disruptor. Tate didn't just call him out, he roasted Paul in front of the entire world. On November 17, 2024, during a live stream, Tate made his challenge clear, and true to form, he made it personal. Jake Paul has never faced a fight that wasn't carefully controlled, Tate declared, oozing the kind of confidence only someone with years of experience in trash talking could muster. He warned Jake that this time, it would be different.
Like Jake, and I think he trains really hard.
Yeah.
And I think he's dedicated to the sport, and he's seriously actually a boxer. I don't think he's a YouTuber, I think he's a boxer.
Naturally, Jake Paul wasted no time accepting the challenge. Less than 24 hours later, he fired back with a response that screamed classic Jake Paul energy. Tate can't survive this match, he's only doing it for the money, he claimed. Oh, the irony of a YouTuber turned boxer, accusing someone else of fighting for cash. But this isn't just another fight. It's a battle of egos, brands, and bank accounts. It's the ultimate showdown between two men who both believe they're unstoppable. For better or worse, the world can't look away. Here's why this fight is shaping up to be the most talked about event of 2025.
You want to fight and you want to send a contract, send one to me. I will take a few weeks break from living my retired life to kick the living fuck out of a fucking goofy, fucking entitled dickhead like you. You know my name, Andrew Tate. Fucking Google it if you want to know more. Any day, any...
First, let's set the record straight. Both Andrew Tate and Jake Paul are already swimming in cash. Jake, the self-proclaimed problem child, has an estimated net worth of $300 million, thanks to his YouTube stunts, social media empire, and his highly profitable, though often criticized boxing career. As for Andrew Tate, he's got around $400 million in the bank, built from his kickboxing career, online hustling programs, and endless controversy. The man has practically turned being unlikable into a business.
He's got to see it.
Andrew Tate will not fight Jake, and if he does, it'd be a money play. He's gonna get his ass kicked.
So much money.
He's gonna get his ass kicked, and the top G facade will finally be.
When Jake accused Tate of fighting for money, Tate predictably fired back, claiming, "I don't fight for money, this is personal." Sure, Andrew, we totally believe you. It's definitely not about the projected $100 million in pay-per-view revenue, or the chance to sell more overpriced self-help courses to your loyal followers. Definitely not. On paper, Tate holds the advantage, boasting a professional kickboxing record of 76 wins and only 9 losses. He's not just all talk, he's been in the trenches, known for his knockout power and psychological mind games. Tate has spent years intimidating opponents before they even step into the ring. If combat sports were a chess match, Tate would be the guy flipping the board while delivering a smug lecture about how inferior you are.
Go. Work. Come on, Marshall. Keep working. Work. Come on, fight. Make it. 50 seconds. Come on, 20 seconds to work, Marshall. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, work. Fit. Work. 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 Good. Work. 10 seconds. Work.
Jake Paul, on the other hand, remains undefeated in his celebrity boxing career, with an impressive 8 wins and 0 losses. Impressive, right? Well, that's only if you overlook the fact that most of his opponents have been retired athletes, former MMA fighters, and fellow internet personalities, many of whom probably signed up more for the paycheck than the glory. Critics love to label Jake a fake fighter, and this upcoming match is his chance to finally prove them wrong. Or not. If he loses, well, let's just say Twitter will have a field day. Of course, no big fight is complete without some pre-match trash talk. Andrew Tate has already started swinging. Verbally, of course, he called Jake Paul a boy pretending to be a fighter, a line that Tate probably rehearses in front of a mirror. Jake, never one to back down from a verbal sparring match, shot back with his own gem. Tate is all talk. I'll shut him down in the ring.
You've got less than somebody like me. He'd mentioned me before, and there'll be people out there saying, oh, Carl Froch's talking about himself. He's after a payday. Listen, I'm not after a payday. I'm doing all right. There's no problems with my finances.
This back and forth isn't just entertainment. It's strategy. Andrew Tate is a master of psychological warfare, using every opportunity to get under his opponent's skin. Jake Paul, however, thrives on being underestimated. He's built his entire boxing career on proving people wrong, so don't count him out just yet. Both fighters are taking their training seriously. Tate has reportedly stepped up his preparation with elite boxing coaches, focusing on transforming his kickboxing skills into a pure boxing style. For someone who spent years relying on kicks, knees, and elbows, this is a significant adjustment. But if there's one thing Tate loves more than his Bugatti collection, it's proving people wrong. Meanwhile, Jake Paul is sticking with his tried and true team, led by coach BJ Flores. Insiders say Jake is doubling down on endurance drills to prepare for Tate's knockout power. He knows he's not the most experienced fighter, but he's a workhorse in training, and that's earned him the grudging respect of even his harshest critics. Well, some of them. For Jake, this fight is about respect. Despite his success, many still see him as a YouTuber who got lucky. Beating Andrew Tate would be his ultimate told you so moment, a chance to silence the doubters once and for all. But if he loses, oof, a loss to Tate would be a PR nightmare. His entire brand is built on being the underdog who always comes out on top, and losing would shatter that narrative. The memes alone would be brutal. For Andrew Tate, this fight is about legacy. He's made it clear that he views celebrity boxing as a joke and is determined to bring honor back to combat sports. A win would solidify him as a versatile fighter who can dominate in multiple disciplines. But let's not kid ourselves, Tate has just as much to lose as Jake. If he's defeated by a guy who started his career filming prank videos, his credibility and massive ego would take a serious hit.
Why do you lose to an old man who's retired? I live in the real fucking world, Jake. There's a whole bunch of fighters out here who live in the real fucking world. Men who are dangerous and dedicated their lives to this sport and don't have a fucking fraction of the money you have because you managed to become a fucking clown.
Predictably, the internet has exploded with reactions to this matchup. A recent Twitter poll showed that 65% of fans are backing Andrew Tate, while 35% are rooting for Jake Paul. TikTok is flooded with memes, fight predictions, and training clips, with hashtags like TatePaul2025 and As Real Boxing Returns, racking up over 500 million views. It's clear that the internet loves nothing more than a good drama. Even celebrities are joining in. Logan Paul, Jake's older brother, publicly doubted Tate's chances, saying Tate is biting off more than he can chew with Jake. Meanwhile, UFC legend Conor McGregor tweeted, "This fight will be a circus, but I'll still watch. Boxing needs entertainment like this." And honestly, he's not wrong.
The best boxer on the planet is?
Jake Paul.
Why?
I mean, who's doing it?
I mean, if Mike Tyson says, let's do this, are you down?
100%.
I'm gonna make Mike my girlfriend.
Would you fight Mike Tyson? Again, no, because he's now old, and I would be an absolutely tragic shame to knock out an old version of his prime self. That doesn't feel fair. Prime Tyson would have ripped me apart in a boxing match, so to beat him when he's past his prime just feels dishonorable, and I'd feel dirty for doing that. So there's no amount of money on the planet that could convince me.
This fight isn't just about Andrew Tate and Jake Paul. It's about what their clash represents. Traditional boxing purists have been rolling their eyes at celebrity matches for years, dismissing them as cash grabs with no credibility. But fights like this one are forcing people to pay attention. Like it or not, celebrity boxing is here to stay, and it's bringing millions of new fans to the sport. A win for Jake Paul could legitimize the celebrity boxing scene, opening the door for more high-profile crossover fights. On the other hand, a win for Andrew Tate could serve as a rallying cry for traditional fighters who are fed up with influencers invading their turf. Either way, this fight is bigger than the two men involved. It's a cultural moment. The financial stakes are astronomical, with early projections suggesting the fight could generate over $100 million in pay-per-view revenue, putting it on par with legendary bouts like Mayweather versus Pacquiao. With an expected global audience of over 50 million viewers, this fight has the potential to become one of the most watched events in boxing history. Love them or hate them, Andrew Tate and Jake Paul know how to draw a crowd.
Obviously, Andrew Tate can fight. He is a hard man. He's in great shape, and he's just got that stubbornness about him where I think he's a right hard